Hey YouTube, I thought I'd show you my Holley TBI fuel injection repair, or at least injector cleaning and test. So as you can see, right here is actually a Holley 670 CFM throttle body. It's copied pretty much after the GM TBI throttle body, and I got this on eBay for about 90 bucks. It came with a fuel pump, and when I took this thing apart to start cleaning it, I realized that there was actually water. Somehow water got inside this thing, and so the fuel injectors were sitting in water for I have no clue. So they were kind of rusty, and you know, there was some other stuff. I cleaned it out pretty good. Like, this is the actual where the fuel pressure regulator goes, and I have a sandblaster, so I was able to clean that up pretty good, and I powder coated it with one of my cheap Harbor Freight powder coating machine. But as you can see, I have a new set of screens here. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to clean these things out, and hopefully I can get a nice cone-shaped spray pattern out of these. But I don't really know exactly how bad these are, but I guess I'll find out. You can see, I mean, if you look at these things are seriously, like, there's rust in them. Yeah, I have a cat over here knocking the camera. So every time you see it bump, the cat is running into it. So, okay, so here is the actual injector. And as you can see, let's see if we can focus. I mean, this thing is, there's like rust inside of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is there's going to be a multi-part video. I need to show you the different steps. So first I'm going to ultrasonic clean it, put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, and then I'm going to open it up and spray carb cleaner through it, and then I'm going to do like a fuel injection test where I'm actually going to put pressurized fuel and then open up the injector, and hopefully, if everything works as planned, I'll have a nice cone shape spray pattern out of these things. So as you can see, I mean, this thing's, I've been kind of already soaking these already in like a petroleum, like anti-rust petroleum. It's called break free. It's kind of like a WD-40, but as you can see, these are very, like, there's actually rust inside of them. So I guess we'll see. I mean, if not, then I'll have to get new injectors, but hopefully I can salvage these. But okay, next step will be ultrasonic cleaner, and I'll go through each step. All right. Okay, so one of the fuel injector tests, what you want to do is you want to make sure this thing's actually operating mechanically. So let me show you my quick little setup that I have. So I have two different leads coming off like a boat battery here, and this can be pretty much done with any 12-volt source. Let me show you real quick. So what I have here is hold on a second, so we can see that. Okay, I have a little toggle switch here, and I have a couple leads going to the actual battery, and every time I hit this little toggle switch, go back there, I can hear it click internally, and I can see a little water spraying out the front. But by hitting this little toggle switch, it basically creates a 12-volt source, or like a loop, and it allows me to actually make sure this thing's actually operating mechanically first. At least I know it's actually functioning electronically internally. Alright, and the next step I'm going to do is ultrasonic clean, but let me show you the other injector real quick. So let me undo it, grab the other injector, okay, hook up the other injector real quick. Really should make a difference what lead you put in it. There is no positive, negative, at least some fuel injectors do, but this one, a lot of them don't, because it's just really just a mechanical ground. Like this one here, I don't feel anything or hear anything. Like this injector is not moving at all. And so I'm going to ultrasonic clean this thing, and hopefully it'll come back to life. Alright. Okay, so next step is to ultrasonic clean this injector. This was the dead injector that I actually just showed you a couple seconds ago. And let me show you my setup. So what I have is, I have a cheap little Harbor Freight little ultrasonic cleaner thing right here. Then I have a dowel and a little piece of wire that goes around the injector. And I don't want the whole injector sitting in there because it's electrical in the top. I don't know if it's actually completely waterproof or sealed. So I don't want to get the top in the solution, which is basically just some heavy degreaser, like some Zep degreaser that I got over at Home Depot. So I'm going to run this a few times, maybe like 20 minutes in this thing, and then I'm going to go back and see if I can get it to mechanically work again with my little tester, my little toggle switch thing. So let's go ahead and try this thing. So this one was totally dead. No mechanical function whatsoever. The other one I have hope for because it's probably going to work. I mean, it actually works internally. I hear it popping. Whereas this thing is totally dead. So we'll see. Let's go. Okay, on. And I'm going to let this run for about 20 minutes. And I'm going to test it again mechanically. We'll see. Alright. Hey YouTube. So another thing you want to do is also, this actually also helps clean the injectors out, is to actually pulse them while they're in the actual ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm hitting the little toggle switch and it's sending a pulse. So what that does is it opens up the injector and allows the cleaning fluid and the ultrasonic waves to get up inside there, you know, in the open passages. So try that. That usually helps out a lot too. That injector is still dead. So still working on it. Hopefully I can get it going. Because these are Holy injectors, 85 pound hour, and they're hard to find and very expensive. Okay. So another test, what you can do is you can test the resistance between the injectors. The injector on the right is a bad injector. It's not pulsating at all. It's totally clogged or something wrong with it. And the one on the right is fully functional. So what I want to do is I want to make sure the actual electrical magnet is actually working correctly, or at least I'm getting the right same resistance between the good one and the bad one. And I'm going to turn on the gauge here to the ohm settings, and first I'm going to show you the actual good injector. Okay. So I'm getting a reading, give it a second here, about 1.3 to 1.4. And this is the actual bad injector. I'm getting 1.4. So exactly the same. So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking the actual electromagnet inside, the thing that actually pulsates the injector, is probably fine. I think it's just really clogged or stuck or something. So I'm going to put it back in the ultrasonic cleaner again and try to pulsate it some more, and hopefully this thing will free up. But if not, then I'm probably going to do a injector pod conversion, because I guess I'd rather get some GM injectors than, you know, the pods are pretty much interchangeable. So, yeah, these little injectors are actually based off of, they're kind of like a base on the Chrysler throttle body. All right, thanks. So, quick update. I put the injector up to my ear, and I could hear a faint little pulse as I was hitting this toggle switch. So hopefully this thing will come back to life. But you know, I have it next to my ear, and I can hear something going on inside the injector. So hopefully by doing this and having this thing in a hot ultrasonic degreaser, it will actually clean it up. But we'll see. So another test is also like a reverse flow test. So what you need to do is kind of hard to do with the camera, but hold down the toggle switch so the injector is open. So the injector is actually open, and spray carb cleaner. And you'll know it's working because it's going to go out the other, actually the input holes. So the goal here is I want to make sure the injector stays open. Sorry, this is hard with the camera. Click, it's open. Carb cleaner. And that's it. Yeah, this might help too. See if I can break it free or something. It's still stuck. I'm still not getting free yet. But I can hear it clicking though, which is weird. So I'm guessing there's a little spring in there that maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Another method is to use my air compressor and go through the front of it. Take a look. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I heard pop a couple times when I did this, and actually it's sounding better and better, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay. So far, nothing's unstuck this injector, so I thought I'd try something different. I have the injector soaking in some of this penetrating oil. And I have it in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I let it run for 20 minutes and kind of be doing this at the same time, hitting the popper. Alright, let's try it. So what's up? Finally got this thing to pop after about 6 hours of sitting in this anti-rust solvent. Finally popped. I was hitting this thing hard on my vise and finally got it to go. A combination of that, blowing air. Now, go ahead and listen to this. Yeah, this thing finally popped. Cool. Yeah, because that injector costs at least $100 to replace, so very, very happy. So the next thing, I'm going to put them back in the actual injector pod, hook them up to a fuel pump, and do a spray test. So I'll show you that in a second. Okay, next step. So I thought I'd show you, I had the fuel injectors put back in the actual TBI pod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fuel test, by hitting my little pressure switch here and actually having fuel go through this thing. So what I have is I have the fuel pump. I have a, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a 2-gallon gas jug here. I have an inlet going into my fuel pump. I don't know if you can see that. And then I actually have it going into my TBI pod, and then I have the return line going back into the 2-gallon jug, and then I also have a funnel here so I can actually have it go back in there as I test it and check the actual spray pattern. So let me fire up the fuel pump and I'll show you how I'm going to look at the spray pattern and make sure it's supposed to be a cone shape. So I want to make sure these things are both working and not leaking. And then after I'm done with this, I'm going to do a flow test to make sure the injectors are actually injecting evenly. So I'm going to have two little cups, like they're like little dish soap cups, and I'm going to actually have them side by side, one under each injector, and yeah, because the main thing is I want to actually make sure the flows are even. So you don't want one injector shooting more gas than the other. So if they're not even, then your engine's not going to run right. At least your tune won't run right. So, but let me go ahead and fire this fuel pump up, and so now you can hear, you can actually this one actually needs a little bit more repair, but you can see it kind of leaking out of there where it shouldn't be leaking out like that. So here's my little click switch, and there it goes. See that? Look at that. So I'm gonna let this thing flow for a while because this is actually the bad injector, the one that I had flowing. But as you can see, it actually works now. Before this thing was totally frozen, and now it actually works. So the good thing is I'm actually shooting it back into the actual 2-gallon I'm taking it out of. So I don't have gas filling everywhere. So now it looks like it stopped draining just because the thing was stuck, so it's never run. So now it's not dripping anymore. See that? And it looks pretty good. The pattern looks pretty good. So I'm going to switch over to the other injector. Move the clips over to the other injector. And do a spray test. What I'm looking for is a cone shape pattern. This one's, I mean, as I run these things, they kind of get cleaned out, and they start looking better and better as I run these things. So I'm gonna do this for a while, and then hopefully get any kind of debris that was in the injector cleared out. And the next step will be the actual flow test to make sure they're even. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to do the flow test. I have both these injectors connected, and okay, here we go. I'm going to fire up the pump here. Okay, it's powered on. I'm gonna, if I get some slack here, bring the injectors over here and get both 10 shots, and then hopefully they'll be pretty equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Fuel pump off. I mean, these injectors might need a little bit more cleaning, but I would say that's, get that in front of the camera, but that's pretty close. I mean, that's like almost spot on. I mean, it's hard to see in the camera, but that's like that's a really, I'm trying to get this, I guess it's bad angle, but it's actually almost like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's 100% perfect, but it's extremely close. Like, it's hard to tell just from the eye. But that's how you fix a stuck injector. Cool. Right on. Alright, see you next time. Cool. Alright, stoked. Oh yeah, then I'll show you the completed throttle body.